Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and we are going to do a lot of event clearing today. There's quite a few things that we've pretty much been putting off until we had the chance to live stream. So I'm taking a break from studying, I'm taking a break from working, just to get some live streaming in, see how you all are doing, and just check in, play some games, and we'll hang out. So I already see that... Oh.
Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and we are going to do a lot of event clearing today.
Okay, no, it's kind of weird because I was hearing my voice for a second. It's because when I was like testing the sound and everything, I had the page open, but we're good to go. So, today, again, we're going to do some event clearing. We're going to be doing the high score challenge. We are going to be doing, I believe, the story mission. There's like a few things that we got to do. There's quite a bit that we got to do. So, let's go ahead and refresh our... For some reason, our chat is updating in the stream, but it is not updating on the chat tab for me. Let's see if we can reload this. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, I was just playing Dark Road. Not really playing Dark Road, letting it play itself. But let's go ahead and get out of here. Literally, I just leave Dark Road on whenever I am doing my regular non-gaming stuff. I could be like making dinner and Dark Road's running on the back road. I could be sleeping and Dark Road's running in the back road. In the background, I could be like at work and Dark Road is running in the background. Like literally this phone, its battery is probably just complete garbage. Like it's probably been completely shot. So yeah, Dark Road just plays in the background, and I probably am gonna need like a new gaming phone or like a tablet or something new, because honestly this thing is not gonna last much longer. Like even though it's like a Galaxy Active, it's probably not gonna be active for very long because of Dark Road. But anyways, Antoine, Elena, and Cruz Vargas Luis Guillermo. That's a nice long name there. What's up, everybody? How's it going? So we've got quite a few things to do again. So let's go ahead and start by pet trading, because it looks like this is all loaded up. Which one do I want to trade? Let's trade a raid medal. Like a good solid chunk of the time, you can never go wrong with trading a raid medal, because it can only go up. Unless it's like a resist. A resist is definitely a big oof when it comes to raid medals. Let's see here. This one's got 30%. This one's got 20%. Let's go with the 20%. Let's see if we can hit damage in raids 100%. Much ID. I'm taking a break. I get scheduled breaks. Oof. Max gauges. Okay, no dice on the trait roll. So let's go ahead and skip that. But yeah, we'll only be playing for like an hour, maybe 2 hours at best. Because again, we're just on like a scheduled study break, and then we got to get right back to it, y'all. Scarf, what's going on? Again, this is a stream just to hang out with everyone, see how everyone's doing. I didn't make a video for Ericus. Long story short, it's really not worth it. Let me double check. We'll look at it again one more time really quickly. I didn't make a template, nothing, just because again I'm like really crunched on time, but we still got to take breaks, you know what I mean? We still got to take scheduled breaks to keep our brain going. All right, so Master Ericus, it looks like the banner details the same with 3 Kingdom Hearts 3 medals, a trait medal, 6 5-star hires, 10 VIP coins, guaranteed in 5 pulls. So nothing crazy here. You have until August 4th, which is, again, that's like what, 2 weeks? It's like a solid 10 days. 10 days, but if I remember correctly, it doesn't do anything special. So Master Ericus, let's see. Of course, it's literally the same detail as San Francisco Sora, except it does 5 hits versus 6 hits, and then it's upright power versus upright speed. Otherwise, it's the exact same. Literally, the strength value is the exact same. 49,011, 5 hits, power metal strength plus 8,000, self-buffing with the special attack, damage plus 1 enemy or 0 parts left. I don't like how they do the damage multiplier. Like, I find it very strange that they do the damage multiplier this way, where it's like times 81. Like, I know they do it because they factor in for the tier, and that's what makes it like convenient for some people. But it's so weird because when you go to the medal itself, it doesn't show up the same way. It shows up as this and this. And it's just like, I don't know why they didn't make that consistent. Like, pick one or the other, but not both. Anyways, moving back to the notice. So let's see. Master Ericus, again, same strength value. Literally everything is the same. Cost 2 gauges, tier 10. Special attack bonus is plus 12,000, plus 320. So it's literally more or less the same analysis as San Francisco Sora. or Xemnas B. It's literally the exact same thing. The only trade-off is that if you really need upright power, then this might be a good pick. But considering that we recently had the Final Fantasy VII Remake banner, I really don't think it's worth it. Not for 15,000 jewels. Definitely not for 15,000 jewels. If they gave it for like 3,000 or 6,000 jewels, maybe it'd be worth it, but not in this case. Let's see, Scarf, you're level 32 in Dark Road. Yo, that's good stuff. I think I'm only level like 25 or 26. McBiscuit, I hit 37 in Dark Road this morning. Should be 38 bar tomorrow night, so not worth it. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And this game has active suckers like me playing it like while paying attention, whereas there's other people who aren't even looking at the screen anymore. That's crazy. Pneumatic Gamer, hey, finally caught a live stream. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think you make my live streams very often. I know, like, I'm like 95% of the time you're commenting on my videos, but I don't know if I've caught you in a live stream before, so welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Antoine, I'm still working on getting a power setup. Should I pull for Ericus at the end? So wait till the last day. Check what your strongest upright power metal is. So if it's, if it's the Alias, if this is your strongest upright power, it's probably good to get an upgrade. But at the very least, by the end of it, and I haven't been saying this in a lot of my recent videos, at the end of pulling and stuff, if you don't have 15,000 to 18,000 jewels, then I wouldn't pull in general. Like, that's just a rule of thumb. Like, so I'm making this, like, college level curriculum on Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And there's all these videos that I want to make, and one of them is, like, what medals you want to pull for. And generally, there's only like 4 types of medals in the entirety of the game. So there's heal buffers like Naminé, Kyrie A, HD Shion. There are copy medals. There are staple medals like, for example, like the Ericus right now, San Francisco Sora, Xemnas B, Elsa. These are like staple medals. So it's like the medals that, you know, aren't particularly useful in all of your settings, but when you need that attribute, they're really, really good. And then finally, there's like miscellaneous, and these are the medals that like sort of don't belong anywhere really, like, or they have some sort of special ability. So maybe there's like 5 really medals. There's like 5 different medals. So there's like heal buffers, there's copy medals, staples, miscellaneous useful, and then miscellaneous garbage. Those are the 5 types of medals in this game. And the reason you always want to save about like 15,000 to 18,000 jewels is because you always want to have enough jewels to pull for heal buffers and copy medals. Like at the very bare minimum, you want to have enough jewels for those 2 types of medals. Let's see. Elena, I already got Cloud. You're going to skip it? Yeah, exactly. You have a power staple. You don't need a new power staple. Elena, I also play Union Cross and Dark Road on my everyday phone, so I hope the battery doesn't die. See, I literally have 2 phones because of this exact reason. Because I know playing mobile games, this one's gonna die. This one is gonna be like super dead by the time I'm done playing. But this one, at least this one still works in case I'm like on a desert island that for some reason has internet connection and cell phone capacity where I can just call for help. Whereas this one it's probably gonna die the minute I take the charger out. Or take the, unplug the charger. Let's see, McBiscuit, Dark Road is a straight up battery murderer. Yeah, it is. It truly is. Like, I had this theory, I don't know how this works, but I wonder if, like, Google Play and the Play Store, the Play Store and, what's the Apple one called? I'm not very good at Apple stuff. The App Store? I think it's called the App Store for iPhones and stuff. But I wonder if they like, give money to apps that consistently have people on them. So, like, if screen time is high, do they get paid more? Because in that case, Dark Road's making like a crazy ton of money for Union Cross. Because people just leave their screens on when they go to bed. So they don't even have to be doing anything, but the game is open. And if that's the case, it's earning them money. Because they'll do anything to get money. Let's see. Jack, kind of a big question, but if JP's anniversary hits and they don't introduce tier 11s or an increase in cap level, will be a sign that the game is ending soon. That's a hard question. That's a hard question because I truly don't know. I remember last year, I said that Union Cross was going to end by 2020. But then they introduced Dark Road, and it's kind of like they can't shut down Union Cross and then keep Dark Road alive. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, both of them are sources of revenue. Like, people that are playing Union Cross aren't going to immediately hop to Dark Road and start spending all their money there. So people that are like long-term veterans of Union Cross, they'll probably stay with Union Cross and spend their money there rather than converting all the way to Dark Road. Like, for example, I see Dark Road as a means of getting currency for Union Cross. You know, not the other way around. I don't think my Union Cross jewels are ever going to go to Dark Road. Like, if I'm spending jewels in Dark Road, I earned them in Dark Road, or their ticket pulls. So, it's like, I want to say no. I want to say that if Tier 11s don't come out by JP Anniversary, the game is not ending. Because they'd have to shut down Dark Road, which literally just came out last month, and then they'd have to do something with their player base. You know what I mean? Like, there's still people spending, like, a crazy ton of money in this game. But unfortunately, not enough. It's not as much as the Final Fantasy ones. I think the Final Fantasy ones make more money. Jack Stover, I have 10 Keyblades at 50 plus. What in the nonsense? I have 0 Keyblades at 50 plus. Like, literally 0. See? 35, 35, 35. 35s across the board, except for Fairy Stars at 40 and Bad Guy Breaker at 0. And the main reason is because, like, I feel like when I was playing this game, I had this inherent fear that they're going to release this super magnificent Keyblade that's going to require a crazy ton of gems to level up, but it never happened. And then I've never found myself needing to spend past level 35. Like, I've never seen it except for PvE Coliseum and PvP. But in terms of content, level 35, I'm passing stuff just fine. Not a problem. Kyoka, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Ooh, I scratched the microphone. It's been a while. It's been a while. I hope you've been doing well. Nomadic Gamer, they're going to make a Yozora medal, and that's what I'm waiting for. We'll see. We'll see. Everyone's waiting for a Yozora medal. I'm waiting for another Kyrie medal. I don't care what it does. Like, I'm still going to pull for it. Elena, I know. That's why I'm trying not to leave it going too much, and I'm low level. Oh, you're talking about Dark Road. Okay, okay. McBiscuit, I don't think it's the App Store that would grant investors, but investors for Square, they can present the mobile game as a game they see X amount of daily users and playtime. Right, exactly. Like the way that I see Kingdom Hearts, and this is just the cynicism that's built up ever since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2005, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in 2019. The cynicism that I have is if there is money to be made, they are going to make it. And the Kingdom Hearts community is like some of the most die-hardy fans that I've ever met in my entire life. They would like take a bullet for Kingdom Hearts. So, ow, I just kicked myself. But like, there's such a die-hard fan base that Square is willing to bully them in multiple different ways until they get their money. That's how I see Kingdom Hearts. Whereas Final Fantasy is just like, yo, the next Final Fantasy, super dope. Or not so dope. Like, Final Fantasy 13, kind of a flop. But Final Fantasy 15, it was a little bit better. And then Final Fantasy 7 Remake, beautiful. Beautiful game. Kyoka, I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles while I listen to you in the background. Xenoblade Chronicles is on my list of games to play. But I've also got like 87 different games that I need to play. Like, we need to finish Fire Emblem Three Houses. We need to play Dragon Quest because I got it as a gift. We need to play Persona 5 Royal. We need to play Star Ocean First Departure. Like, there's so many different games that I have that unfortunately we can't really start playing until we finish our exams. So we're not looking at playing console games until about like mid-September. Let's see. Elena, I'm definitely going to focus on Union Cross. I'll only play Dark Road for the story. Right. That's what I'm going to do. Like, I might pull from Dark Road just to make things faster, you know, so I could level up faster. But honestly, it's not like a fun game. I have very little joy out of playing Dark Road. McBiscuit, could you see them starting a new Kingdom Hearts story but using the Union Cross interface to tell it? I hope not. I hope not. So you could just start a new unrelated story with all the medals. Okay, so truthfully, I don't like the way this game looks. Like, the screens, the menus and all that stuff, whatever, that's fine. That looks totally okay. But, like, these little avatar things, I'm not a big fan of them. Like, I know they're cute, and I know they're from, like, the mobile era. You know, like the flip phone, you know, with phone charms era. But I don't like it, personally. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm sure there's other people that think it's, like, ridiculously cute. Alright, we gotta get cracking because we've only got so much time on the clock. So let's go. Is this one where we could have farmed magic gems? No, this is one where there's a set number of magic gems. Okay, so let's... Alright, let's try and do this logically. So for anyone who doesn't do this, the first challenge you should always complete when it comes to your events is this Keyblade challenge. And actually, no. Is it the Keyblade challenge? No, this is just a Keyblade challenge. For some reason, I thought this was the booster challenge. Ah, here it is. Keyblade Wielder Appreciation Event. Get PSM boosters. This is always a fantastic place to start with events because it makes all your setups stronger. And if all your setups are stronger, you're going to be passing more stuff. So let's go ahead and start with this. Let's use our rinky-dinky bad guy breaker. Let's change this up. How do we want to set this up? All right. A little bit of Keyblade building 101. So let's go Tifa, Dark Riku. So by having Tifa and Dark Riku, we're already building for a speed setup. So let's go Tifa, Dark Riku. We need another speed medal to fill in that last slot, but I don't think I have anything good. I don't think I have enough speed staples. So why don't we do this? So Tifa... Okay, so Axel is my weakest speed staple. And then we'll put our second best speed staple in this slot to get the multiplier. We'll put our best speed staple in the final slot because that's where the highest multiplier is. And then again, we're aiming for mono speed. So let's go ahead to our imitation medals, our copy medals. And then we go Ansem the Wise, and then we go Reaper. And effectively, we've made a speed setup using multi-colors with a bunch of OP medals that have 2-turn buffers, except for Tifa. So yeah, now we've got a mono speed blade. And as always, before any quest, no matter what quest you're doing, it's always best to go to the subslots, just hit optimize, and make sure your boosters are as high as possible. That's like super fast, you know, spark-noted version, how to build a Keyblade 101. Alright, so get yourself a booster, and don't mind if I do. So let's go here, let's go here. Again, we built a mono speed blade. Someone's got the San Francisco Sora, and we are going to borrow that, because again, mono speed. Alright, only one enemy. It's only level 100. I truly wonder if, even without buffing, we could just beat it. Yeah. Okay. I was just kind of curious if we could still beat it. Nomadic Gamer DQ11 is so good. I gotta play it. Like, I've had it since May, and I just haven't been able to play it. Like, there's so many console games. Like, how would everyone feel if, like, once a month, for a good chunk of time, like 8 hours or something, we just played one console game, played through the story? Like, would people watch if I did something non-Union Cross related that was a console game? Like, I want to finish playing Fire Emblem. That's like first and foremost, because I got like halfway through the quest and then bam, coronavirus. So, oh, we weren't able to beat it that time. There we go. Took 2 swipes. But yeah, I want to beat Fire Emblem Three Houses because we got like halfway through. I'm trying to remember where I even left in the story. It was right after we rescued that one crazy girl, like I think her name was Monica, and I'm like 80 to 90% sure that chick is evil. Like, I think she's super evil. But don't spoil anything. Don't spoil anything. We gotta play. But yeah, like I wanna play console games because truthfully, like maybe it's like an old soul kind of thing. I don't know. I still think console games are the most superior games available to the market right now. Like, I think mobile games, quite frankly, suck. Like, they are just built upon really awful concept of making additional money. Like, I don't know if I've ever gotten sheer joy and fun out of a out of a mobile game that wasn't like Star Ocean Amnesis. And maybe like the storyline of Union Cross. But in terms of like missions and beating stuff, it's like, you know, like what we're doing right now. Like, I am more invested in talking with all of you guys than I am about playing this right now. Like, I'm not even looking. I'm not even like paying attention to what I'm doing right now. See, all I'm doing is screenshots. And these enemies are so weak that like Nominate alone, without ground aerial, without good traits, without even an attack boost max skill, is enough to take it. So these are just kind of whatever quests. But yeah, I'm much more invested into talking with all of y'all than I am about playing this right now. Like, look at that. We didn't even do anything. And the game's running on auto, sort of. We just have to run into the enemy. But yeah, console games, best games. I want to dedicate time personally to playing it. And either we can hang out together and I play it, or I could just play it on my own time. So we could do one of the two. Maybe I'll ask, okay, one of the best things, one of the absolute best things about hitting 1,000 subs is that I can make these things called community posts, where I can do like polls and surveys and all this other cool stuff. So that was actually one of the most, like, the things I was most excited about when it came to hitting 1,000 subs, was being able to make those community posts. Because, you know, not everyone makes it to the Discord, or, you know, not everyone's commenting on the videos. So I can make, like, these polls that require literally you not to say your name, anything. All you do is hit this one, this one, this one, and then it's like, boom, I'm getting your feedback, I'm growing as a YouTuber, and figuring out, like, what y'all want and how I can deliver. So maybe one of my community posts is going to be like, would you be down to play console games? Or do you only want me to stream Union Cross? Let's see. It's Crow. I originally played when the game first came out, and I have no idea how to get the other Keyblades. Any tips? Okay, so this is kind of a weird thing. The Keyblades come after you defeat certain quests. So whether it's Proud Mode quest, whether it's story quest, you get Keyblades after completing a certain level. And I think, if I remember correctly, the Proud Mode ones are, you get the sleeping, no, you get the, you get the Dark Gnaw, you get Dark Gnaw at quest 3, you get Missing Ache at quest 103, and then you get Diamond Dust at quest 203. So I don't know, this is where my knowledge kind of falls off a little bit. If you go back, you've got to defeat those specific quests to get the Keyblade. Like, I don't know, because it's kind of weird, because in the story mode, you skip quests in between story, like, theater story movies. So I'm wondering, just make sure you go back, check it up on the Kingdom Hearts wiki, because it tells you exactly what quest you need to beat and what Keyblade you get from it. So that's how you get all of them. Kyoka Xenoblade Remake having an auto run feature is great. Wait, auto run is in the game plays itself? Because I'm a big fan of playing games, not a big fan of just watching them. Like, I am very bad at watching Let's Plays. Like, very, very bad. Because I want to be the one playing. If we're going to run into the wall, I want to be the one running into the wall. Jockbay, you would watch. Okay. Nomadic Gamer, 100% agreed. Yeah, console games are great. I never got bored playing a console game. With mobile, I need to take breaks. Right, exactly. Because mobile games, it's like, it can very easily and very quickly become tedious. You know, where I feel like I get something out of playing console games. Whether it's like an awesome story, I get to like experience different types of gameplay. Maybe I learn something. So there's a lot to enjoy about console games. All right, let's see. So, big bonus challenge, that's what we're doing right now. As always, we need to limit ourselves. So, let's limit ourselves to... Let's go Sleeping Lion, and let's remove all of the subslots. And let's limit ourselves to a heal buffer and a copy medal. So copy medal, let's go Reaper. Oh, it's already there. It's already there. Beautiful. And then let's get our heal buffer. All right, there we go. So again, there's like the two medals that are like 90% like for sure pulls are heal buffers and copy medals. Because you can do crazy nonsense like this, where you just use your heal buffer on the copy medal and that's enough to pass a quest. So let's see, the enemy is magic. So we are going to borrow a speed medal. And see, like, I don't own San Francisco Sora, but I can borrow it, and then I can double its effect with a copy medal. Let's see, Antoine, is there ever a good reason to get 2 copies of a medal? Aside from heal buffers, no. Heal buffers and potentially Renova medals are the only medals that I advise you have more than 1 copy of. That's perfectly traded. If you run into them in like the draw points banner or whatever, that's whatever. That's not a big deal. We actually needed to take a screenshot of the enemy description. Whoops. But yeah, Antoine, there's no reason to get more than 2 copies of any medal that isn't a heal buffer or a Renova medal. And for Renova medals, you only want 2 at best of a certain attribute. Because after that, like the math starts falling off, you're not getting as much benefit because the Renova medals don't give you inherently any strength buff. So 2 mathematically is where it hits like the apex before it starts dropping down again. These aerial menaces have an ability that lowers your strength. Meh. Not scared. Level 500? What a yoke. Alright, so we've got literally a heal buffer. This is what our setup looks like right now. So we've got a heal buffer, and we've got our copy medal. I wonder, okay, is the heal buffer alone enough to take this out? So yeah, let's reiterate. Again, I'm going to be giving like college level courses on Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and one of them is going to be what medals to pull for, and heal buffers, and copy medals. I have never, ever, ever, ever once regretted buying a heal medal, or a heal buffer, or a copy. Never. In the 5 years I've been playing this game, I've never doubted pulling for any of those. Staples, I will truthfully admit that I have regret pulling for those at times. Because it's just like something better came out. Or they released the next heal buffer or something. Let's see. Enemy description the same? Cool. So really, again, we're just using a heal buffer to attack and a copy medal. And we removed all of the subslots too. So what we're doing right now is we're seeing how far we can get with the heal buffer and the copy medal. So heal buffer. Alright, there we go. Jock Fay, mobile games are 95% trash and the rest 5% are good. Truthfully, the only mobile game I actually like is Star Ocean Anamnesis. That one I actually feel like joy playing. Because I feel like it's interactive and it's super cool, and when you pull, it's for fun. Like, there's a way to get sustainable like in-game currency that gives you enough to pull for the stuff you want. And it's skill-based. I feel like Union Cross is not very skill-based. It's more, oh, do you have the right medals? Like, you could be the most talented, most skillful person that ever existed, but without the right medals, you can't win. But with Star Ocean Anamnesis, if you're a good player, you can win. You'll always win. 100% success rate. But I'm not super good, so. Let's see. Nomadic Gamer, mobile games in essence are all time wasters. Right, because when mobile games came out, the idea was that you'd have a game on your phone that you could play while you're running around. You know? That's why the Nintendo Switch is so great. Because if you're at like the dentist's office waiting to like get checked up, which apparently is only a thing in the US. Like, apparently in other places in the world, they're just like, yep, we gotcha. Come on, come in. I don't know. I could be wrong. But while you're waiting, you could pull out your Switch. Or in this case, you could pull out your mobile game. Elena, I would watch you play other games too. Cool. Okay. All right. Again, I'm going to make a community post, so make sure to vote because I want to know. Kyoka, with how big the world is, sometimes it's annoying you don't have to use auto run. Oh, I see. So it's just so big that the auto run is warranted. Okay. I can deal with that. Nomadic, I used to not like other people playing games, but when I like the person's personality, then it really feels like going through the game together. Right. And that's I think the best Let's Plays. Like, I've seen it. Ooh, okay, we're starting to do no damage with our heal buffer. But let's go ahead and skip to our copy medal, which again, copy medals can copy best medal in game. In this case, we're copying like the best speed staple. So boom, done. But yeah, that's why like streaming is hard. Streaming is hard because one, it takes a certain level of personality. Two, it takes a certain level of niche because like you kind of need to know what you're talking about. Like, I've seen Let's Plays of people playing Kingdom Hearts and like they had no idea what was going on. Like they didn't know the whole Final Fantasy crossover Disney concept. And I was like, why am I watching this? You know what I mean? Like, you have to sort of know what you're doing and what you're talking about. So Let's Plays are super duper hard. Like, really, really hard. I feel like that's like the apex of like streaming, doing Let's Plays, because you have to be entertaining. You know, you can't just be like, okay, like I've seen ones where the camera angle was literally all the way down here. So it's like you're looking up their nose. And then like literally, okay, here, let me see if I can aim this correctly. So, and again, that it's important too. Like, I'm not dogging on anybody, but like, it's really, really hard to be a face cam streamer. So let me go ahead and take this. And so I've seen it where like people had it like all the way down here and literally like facing up like that. And it's not bad because sometimes we just got to work with the resources we have. But at the same time, I'm literally looking up their nose. And like, you better have cleaned your nose before streaming, please. So it's like, it's all this technical stuff that makes Let's Plays really, really hard. And especially when they're Let's Plays with the face on a webcam. Like, it's super duper hard. Antoine, no, I already read that one. Elena, okay, read that one. Where am I? Elena, one of my friends wants to try playing Kingdom Hearts and getting into the story. I'm happy, but also kind of worried. Yes, because that's a lot of games. That's like a ridiculous amount of games. The best part about getting into the The best part about getting into the Kingdom Hearts storyline is that you can pay $80 and have like all 9 games, which is like ridiculous. Let's see, Nomadic. The best is when I'm playing a game first, then I go back to watch someone's Let's Play. I freaking love that. I watched 2 different Let's Plays of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Loved every second. Yeah, and that's like just really good entertainment. Really good entertainment. Apathy. Which copy metal is better, Ansem the Wise or Reaper? Ansem the Wise. For sure. No questions asked. So, the best part about Ansem the Wise and the Reaper is that they are 2 very awkward copy metals. Like, they fix for very awkward colors. So, I said it in the Ansem the Wise video, but like if we do a run through our Keyblades, you know, here's an upright blue slot, here's a reverse red slot, reverse red. Let's skip all the monoblades because obviously they're going to work well on the monoblades. Like reverse red right here, kind of an awkward slot. These 2 are super awkward. Divine Rose is one of the most awkward Keyblades because like it's half speed, half magic, but it's like the strongest slot is speed, but at the same time, a majority of the slots are magic. So it's like inherently you're mixing attributes, but copy metal's fixed for that. So if we had like a backwards upright magic copy, it would be beautiful right there because it's like speed. But yeah, see upright magic there. There's a reverse power there. Obviously, these are mono blades. This one has both upright magic and reverse power. So the good thing about Ansem the Wise and the Reaper is that because of their attribute, they fit super well in slots. Like an upright speed forward copy metal, I truthfully don't know if it has an amazing slot that's not like right here. But see, this is even a bad place to put an upright speed copy metal because like let's say you put it there. What are you doing with the rest of these slots? Like heal buffer there, doesn't matter what the attribute is. Something here, I don't know what, like something, and then you put Ansem the Wise, and then you put like a reverse power metal here. But the thing is, like, if you have Ansem the Wise here, and then a reverse power staple here, and this one has to be a copy metal, like it's so awkward. Like it's just really awkward because I think the only setup that works well is gonna be a reverse power mono blade. And then you have no idea what you're putting here. Maybe you're putting like a Supernova Renew metal. Or maybe you're putting like the Terra here, and then your heal buffer here. But like, reverse speed is such an awkward forward copy metal. So, sorry, I definitely went off on a tangent there. But long story short, Ansem the Wise and the Reaper, both great investments because they fit for excellent slots. They definitely fill a niche that's hard to fill in general. But all in all, Ansem the Wise is better because Ansem the Wise is upright magic, and there's inherently more upright magic slots that don't like synergize well. I know that was like such a word soup of what I was trying to say, but what I mean to say is like upright magic is in really awkward positions on the Keyblade. So in Stroke of Midnight, it's here and here, and these are 2 awkward spaces to be in because your most powerful multipliers are at the end. So in this case, it's this one here. It's the 5th slot. Don't include the pet slot. That slot's always going to be like the most OP slot. But yeah, you put Ansem the Wise here, and then boom, you've got a copy there. So yeah, upright magic, excellent slot to have a copy metal in. Kyoka, if you just knew how big the actual world is... Oh wait, no, I read that one already. Kyoka, Bleach Brave Souls is interactive, but it also has auto mode, so you don't need to use it, but you actually control the characters, and their 5th anniversary is going on right now. Yo, I'm just super excited for the Blood War to come to anime. Like, I was so sad when Bleach's anime went on hiatus. Because I followed that one. I was just like, oh man, Naruto's super popular, you know, I gotta get into Bleach. And then it's just like, Bleach anime is going on hiatus. And it's like, no, why? And then it's like, okay, alright, then we finished the Aizen saga. And then it's just like, Bleach is going on hiatus again after the Fullbring saga. And I'm just like, why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this cruel and unusual treatment? Alright, so we've got our heal buffer. We've got our copy metal. And this is the 2000 level enemy. So we got to start cranking out the gears here. Because it looks like without subslots, we're actually in quite a pickle. So let's go ahead, activate the Reaper. And then we've got a 2-turn buff going. Then let's stack some more 2-turn buffing. And again, this is without sub-slots. I removed all my sub-slots at the beginning of this mission. That was almost comical to watch. It was just a bunch of Maleficent goons that just came out of nowhere and bum rushed you. Alright, let's get the Nominee going. Let's get the San Francisco Sora going. Because again, these are 1-turn buffers. Oh, well, I guess that was enough. And then the Crow is still there. Nice. Antoine, I can't seem to get past tier 6 of the big bonus challenge. Any tips? We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So remember, right now, our restriction is a heal buffer, a copy medal, and no sub-slots. That's where we're at right now. And then we just copy, again, like one of the best speed medals in the game. Nomadic, that's why I could never stream. Couldn't stream for quite a lot of reasons. Oh, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to talk about this off stream. And especially if there's something I can do to help you, I would 100% love to talk about it. Because I'm a big fan of, like, helping people. Like, I feel like that's just my MO. That's not what an MO is. But, like, that's just kind of, like, how I operate. I don't know. I like helping people. It gives me, like, life satisfaction. Elena, it's already 3 a.m. Oh, no, I'm sorry. See, this is another hard part about streaming is if you have people on the opposite side of the world, like, your evening is their morning. And it's sometimes really awkward to time. Hey, Umber, what's going on? We're doing the big bonus challenge right now. All right, so there's a counter now. And I was doing this on my free-to-play account because, like, I wanted to get enough jewels to pull for the remake banner. And so the counter is a good thing because it means we can recovery buff. So, tap, tap, let's get that counter down. Keep getting that counter down. Sounds like a rap almost. Get that counter down. Keeping it down. All right, so we're at 8. So we decreased it by 4. Decreased it by 4. Did our HP recovery. Oh, this is... And then it's 10. Alright, so it doesn't look like we're going to get recovery buffing off of this round because its count is just too high. So let's do this. Tappity tap tap tap. And then... So I think this is where we hit our cap. Potentially. Nominee gives count plus 5, right? Yeah. Alright, so we're good there. Yeah, I think this is where we hit our cap. So... Nominee, increase the count. San Francisco Sora to give our speed metal boost. Okay, we're gonna have to do something else for this. Because we're just not hitting the numbers right now. And so this is another point. Again, it's going to be part of my college level courses on Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, but this is a good point where you should consider pulling for staples. So remember, you always want to pull for heal buffers. 90% of the time you want to pull for copy medals. You pull for staples when you can't pass things. So you've maximized your subslots, you've maximized your Keyblades, like you've done everything you possibly can that doesn't require spending jewels. Now you gotta spend jewels. So this, again, we took out our subslots, so this doesn't apply to us right now. But this is when you consider pulling for new staples. In this case, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use medals we already have. So the whole point of up until now was to see how far we can get with only a heal buffer and a copy medal and no subslots. Now we have to lift some of those restrictions because we're getting kind of stuck. So let's go ahead and add in a speed staple medal, because the whole point of speed staple medals is to deal damage. Deal damage past stuff. That's the point of staples. All right, so let's add... We actually had a lot of ground to cover, quite a bit of ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to add one staple and another copy medal. So in this case, let's add Riku, and then let's add a copy medal to copy Riku. Let's see, and there's, where's my good range for absorb? Oh, here he is, okay. Alright, so this gives us 2-turn buffers. It also gives us a lot of extra copies, like, this should be a good spot to be in. Kyoka, I'm 7 hours on Xenoblade Chronicles and still haven't gotten a third-party member. That's, that might be the kind of game that I want to play on my own. So here's the other hard part about streaming live console games, is that I can't play them unless I'm on stream. So if there's a story I'm like really invested in, like I better be streaming every single day to be playing it. All right, so what's the pro strat here? So pro strat number 1 is we need to give ourselves like a supernova boost. So plus 300%. It's like I also don't want to activate the Reaper for this, but that's fine. We'll activate the Reaper because it's actually mathematically our most useless supernova. It doesn't give us a lot of strength buff. It is upright power, whereas all of my setup is built around upright speed. So it should be like canonically our weakest one. Maybe even Nominate is the weaker one. But regardless, we need to activate something to give us a boost. So right now our restrictions are no sub slots, heal buffer, 2 copy medals, 1 additional staple. That's where we're at. Sword Nightfall, hey, good morning. See, this is I was literally talking about this 5 seconds ago. When your audience members are across the globe, like you got to figure out how to stream at a time that works for everyone. All right, so it's turn 2. So turn 2, we activate all of our 2-turn buffers because they don't carry over. So let's activate the Riku, and then that's all of our 2-turn buffers. The rest of these are 1-turn buffers. So we save that for our 3rd turn where we're canonically the strongest. Alright, so man, I might actually have to figure out let's get past this, and then we'll figure out how to recovery buff. Because right now the count's kind of high. Like, recovery buffing is the easiest when the count is low and it's blue. That's the easiest time to do recovery buffing. Alright, I don't know if we're going to pass it this way. Nomadic, because all these 5-pull mercies, I'm just going to save up an extra 15k and pull in the next medal that I like. Truthfully, I completely agree. If KR24 was not a 10-pull mercy, I probably would have gone for it. Because in terms of damage output, my magic setup is kind of suffering. Because right now my magic staple, upright magic staple, is Elsa. And Elsa's power level just isn't super high anymore. So if KR24 was a 5-pull mercy, I probably would have gone in on it. Kaylee, yo, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I've ever seen your name in the streams before. Unless you operated under a different name. I don't remember. But welcome. Welcome to the stream. Kyoka Umbra talking about Xenoblade Chronicles is getting me all excited to play. But unfortunately, I can't right now. Alright, so we've got like 50 minutes left on the clock to try and pass all our stuff. So let's activate these in order. Remember that the supernova attacks, they join with the multiplier of the slot that the medal is on. So for example, because Nominae's on slot 1, doesn't receive any multiplier buff, it makes sense to activate her supernova first. Next we activate Rage Form Sora, because again, it is second on the Keyblade, not the strongest. And then we activate San Francisco Sora, who has the hugest buff, and is on the friend slot, which is more powerful. Alright, I still don't think we've got enough gas to push this out though. See, this is why they introduced subslots, because, like, enemy content just got, like, significantly harder at level 3000 plus. Oof, so close. So close. So close, but no dice. Alright, it looks like we'll have to add another speed staple, or another copy medal. So this is where the strategizing can get kind of tricky. So we can do a lot of things here. The easiest thing to do is increase our subslots, so let's do that. It's the easiest thing to do. Odds are you run into subslots along the way. Again, whenever I talk about banner analysis, I say those 3 Kingdom Hearts 3 medals are likely going to be subslots. And at the very least, I would say people should have, at the bare minimum, +2 multiplier. Alright, that's too low. That's not high enough. Is +2 asking for too much? What do y'all think? +2 multiplier? Is that okay? Okay, let's go in with this. So where are we at in terms of our restrictions? Heal buffer, 1 heal buffer, 2 copy medals,
1 staple metal, and +2 subslots. So that's where we're at right now. And I think this should be enough. We were really pretty close, actually, on that last one. All right, so same strategy as before. Activate that, activate that, activate a supernova attack. So I kind of messed up. We should have actually activated Rage Form Sora because he's only a 1-turn buffer. And so we stay the course. Again, we've got our first copy metal going off, and then we've got, man, those combo 2s going off at the wrong time. We've got, okay, so remember that combo 2 only activates 4 times. Or, I'm sorry, 6 times in a quest. And ideally, we'd like it to activate on the final turn rather than the first, like, we did 5 activations of combo 2 on the first turn, which is not what you want to see. All right, so heal buffer, activate any 2-turn buffers we have. So in this case, let's activate Dark Riku and then the Reaper. Because remember, the multiplier that the metal is on affects the supernova. And because the Reaper is on that pet slot, it's got the highest multiplier. So, go from there. And so see how much of a difference just adding the subslots made in? Like, it made a huge level of difference. We're not even on our final turn yet. There we go. Kaylee, no, this is my first stream, fairly a new subscriber. Welcome then. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, okay. So, fair warning to all the new subscribers. I am not going to be making a lot of content for the next, like, week. Especially the next week, because I've got a super duper important exam to take literally 1 week from this morning. And if I don't pass it, my life is, like, in jeopardy. So I have to make sure I pass that. The only reason we're streaming right now is because we need a mental break. But after this, it's back to the coffee, it's back to the books, and that's the rest of my night. Alright, so as the enemy gets stronger, or at the very least as like the levels go up, we should have access to recovery buffing. And recovery buffing is a really, really high-end technique in my opinion. Like it's one of the strongest techniques in this entire game. Joshua, 10th like on the video. Woo woo! Let's go, y'all! Jaren, hey Nexel, how did you get 2 Timeless River Mickeys, the event medal? So you got one inherently. Like you got it from the event that gave you Timeless River Mickey. You got a second one because we completed, like, as a community, we completed a quest and we got it as a present. So there were 2 ways to get it. The first one you get from doing the quest. The second one you get from the community get-together that we all worked on, and it popped up in the presents box. So everyone should have 2 unless they didn't complete the quest. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Since we didn't struggle with the last one, we literally had an additional turn. Let's go ahead and just stay the course with this one. So our restrictions stay the same. 1 heal buffer, 2 copy metals, 1 staple metal, and +2 on our subslots. Alright, so we go there. We reduce the count. And I believe if the math adds up correctly, because I didn't really crunch out the math, I kind of did like quick maths, we should be able to recovery buff next turn. So in terms of decreasing count, it's, let's see, the 2 empty slots are -2. The Reaper and San Francisco Sora are -4, so that's -6. It's at 5 right now. Dark Riku doesn't affect count, so we need to have it at 6 by the time slot 4 rolls around. So we'll do this. Let's see, I think our buffs are not maxed out, but it doesn't matter because, again, staples that can self-buff are really, really good. So, I think, though, our super... So, if we activate the Nominate, that's +2, so that makes it 9. Then we activate Dark Riku, which affects count, I believe? Or is it count ±0? Alright, so that affects count. This affects count. And I believe San Francisco Sora also affects count, because the supernova attack did nothing. Alright, so that's -3 right there, so we should be good. So... Remember, the whole 1-turn buffing thing goes out the window when it comes to recovery buffing. Like, completely out the window. So the only thing is that we can't activate Nominate, because Nominate is going to boost the count up, and that's not what we want to do. So let's go ahead and activate Dark Riku, activate the Reaper, and activate San Francisco Sora. Okay, we can't activate Nominate, because that's completely going to screw up our count. Because remember, by slot 4, when we start decreasing the count, it's got to be at 6. Alright, so tap, tap. That was a very unfortunate combo going off right there. So 3, 2, 1. So, okay. So this is where the recovery buffing becomes very, 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 very important. So what's going to happen, that in theory, when we activate the San Francisco Sora, it's going to decrease the count to 0. The enemy knocks us out, and we come back maintaining all of our one-turn buffs. That's why I was able to activate the San Francisco Sora, because even though it's only lasting for 1 turn, when you get knocked out with recovery buffing, you maintain all of your one-turn buffs from the turn you were knocked out. So the only time it resets your one-turn buffs is once it hits the enemy's turn and then converts to your turn. So if we activate San Francisco Sora, and the enemy, does it knock us out? Okay, so the enemy knocks us out, but we maintain our plus 88,000 strength buff. So that's why, like, it's sort of important to pay attention to the new medals, because while I say don't pull for them, being able to pull off recovery buffing can be very, very good. That's why it was one of the few pluses that I had to say about any of the most recent medals, because recovery buffing can be very, very strong. Alright, so now we activate our Nominee. We don't care about activating Nominee Supernova attack, because at this point, this is our last turn. You only get 3 turns when you have HP Recovery 1 and Second Chance. This is that last turn, so we just activate everything. And now we're just hitting like a truck. Like, literally, our strength stat is above our strength stack. I'm just going to keep calling it strength stat from here on out. Our strength stack is above 100,000. And there you go. Recovery buffing. That's how it works. It's a very high level skill to be paying attention to. And I made a guide for it. I made a guide for it a long time ago because I knew I'd be referencing it again. Here we are in the future. This is that again time. And if it can pass the high score challenge, or not the high score challenge, if it could pass the big bonus challenge and get people free jewels, I'm all for it. Big fan. Let's see. Sean911, hey Nexel, fairly new to the channel, checked out the backlog. Keep up the good work, looking forward to see how you take on the high score challenge. So truthfully, high score challenges are kind of a bust for me, because the way you do well in high score challenges is literally by being rich. Like, by having the money to pay for the best medals in the game. Because that percent bonus is super crucial to getting high percent and high scores. Alright, so we're on the last Maleficent Goons. Again, our restrictions as of right now, 1 heal buffer, 2 copy medals, 1 staple medal, and a sub-slot of +2. And I guess a Keyblade level of 35. But I always recommend Keyblade level 35 bare minimum. If not 25, at the very least. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got. So this one might be kind of a stretch because we kind of struggled on that last one. So we stay the course. Again, if you want to know the strategy we're doing, if you joined kind of late, it's the same strategy that I used last turn. Except this time, if we're going to recovery buff, we might want to save our Rage from Sora. Yes. Okay. So that way we're super strong on the 3rd turn. But as you can see, we're doing like virtually no damage. Alright, this is where it picks up a little bit. Reaper. Actually, we could have activated our 2-turn buffers. Now that I think about it, we could have activated our 2-turn buffers because we'd be recovery buffing on that next turn. Alright, so the goal is +6 by the time... So the goal is +6 by the time we get to the 4th slot. So if we activate the Nominee, that brings it up to 9. And then it brings it up to 11 with the proc. Okay, yeah, this is fine. So we can go up to 11 because we can Supernova attack. Then we activate Rage Form Sora. Yeah, so we can do all this stuff. The math works out. The math works out. So we activate these. You know, we should have activated the Nominee. That was actually a mistake on my part. We should have activated the Nominee because... whatchamacallit? Activate the Nominee so that way the Rage Form Sora and the Dark Riku receive those extra buffs. Alright, so we can activate these all here. Oh, did I? No. Okay, so now it's 6. Now we're able to recovery buff. And it should knock us out. and then we maintain all our buffs, and then we just go like ham on this enemy. I don't think it's enough though. I truthfully don't think we've got enough juice in the gas. Enough gas in the tank right now. But I still think about it to this day. Dark Riku's multiplier is just something of magic. Alright, it looks like we don't have enough kick in. Alright, so I'm gonna let you all in chat decide. And I need an answer quickly because we've only got 30 minutes left on the clock. Do we increase our sub-slot multiplier or do we add another staple? Which of the two do you think we should do? Send in your votes now. Let's see. Kyoka, you're gonna watch Yu Yu Hakusho with a friend. Yo, did they ever release that Yu Yu Hakusho OVA? Because I've been waiting for that. Like, Yu Yu Hakusho is among my, like, top 10 best animes of all time. Joshua, thanks for the mention. Not a problem. Not a problem. Again, I love interacting with the chat box. Jaren, the fact that you maintain all of your buffs after count reaches 0 is game-breaking. It's absolutely atrocious. With the trade-off that people, like, don't realize when recovery buffing can go south. Like, in the Nightmare Charithi event, it can go south real fast because the counterattack paralyzes and poisons you. And that's really bad because if you're not ready for that poison, what happens is that you get poisoned, you come back to life, and then you die instantaneously. Alright, everyone's saying subslots. So let's go ahead and update our subslots. So let's go Keyblade. Let's bump it up, I think, to +4 is fair. That's plus 2.5, plus 2.8, plus 3.6, 3.9, 4.32. Ah, this is close enough. This is fine. Antoine, so if I can't beat tier 6, should you pull for San Francisco Sora? So will you... There's a few questions to ask at this point. 1, after you're done pulling, will you be above 17,000 jewels? If no, then don't pull. Because the big thing about the Big Bonus Challenge is that if you have to spend jewels to beat it, it's kind of counterintuitive. You know what I mean? Like, you'll spend 15,000 jewels, you'll get like 1,000 back, but at that point, it's just like, you're still net minus 12,000. So if you're not above 17,000, if you don't have enough to save for the heal buffers and the copy medals, I'd hold off. Number 2, have you maximized your sub-slots? Because that's important. To maximize your sub-slots is really good. Number 3, did you level up your Keyblade? So again, my Sleeping Lion's at level 35. I highly recommend all your Keyblades, bare minimum, level 35. Because that's when you get the most value for your gems. After this, it's like you spend like 10 gems and you get like plus 0.02 in terms of multiplier. So make sure your sub-slots are updated. Make sure you leveled up the Keyblade. And then number 3, check what your current speed staple is. So in my case, it's this Dark Riku. You know, this is my staple speed medal that I use in every quest that requires me to use a speed medal. And if I have to use an upright, then it's going to be Tifa. So check what your current speed staple is. And then kind of see what the damage difference is. So I did this in the video with, I believe, San Francisco Sora, and I did it again with KR24, where you just kind of crank out the math and see how much % damage increase you get from pulling for the new medal. Because the big thing is that the math is important. So if, let's just say, for example, if you pull for San Francisco Sora, it will do plus 50% more damage than your previous speed medal. And then what you can do is you can see how much damage the current speed medal does to the enemy. And then what you can do from there, you can calculate, okay, is this 50% damage difference gonna cover the bars of health that I needed to defeat the enemy? Because if it doesn't, then you've wasted your jewels and you didn't pass the quest that you intended to pass. So staples are very hard to pull for because there's actually quite a bit of math involved. You only want to pull for staples if you can't pass stuff, but you also want to guarantee it's going to pass you that content. So those 3 things I would look at. 1, the number of jewels you have. 2, have you updated every other possible mechanic that you could? 3, does it surpass your current speed staple by enough of a margin to pass the quest? Antoine, I've got like 70k jewel saved up. All right, well, if you want to pull for it, like, totally fair. You'd end up with 55,000 jewels. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of jewels. Like, 15k is not gonna put you in a bad spot. So if I were you, I'd assess those 3 things. If the answer is still we're green light, go for it. Go for it. But just make sure any new metal, especially staples, have to have perfect traits. So staples, the trait list is the same for almost all of them. It's ground minus 60, aerial minus 60, extra attack 40%, strength. All staples have this layout, or they should. Umbra, the OVA epilogue for Yu Yu Hakusho or the coup on Spirit World after the Demon Tournament? I'm talking about the OVA epilogue. I actually own the Demon World saga and like the Ancestral saga and the Chapter Black saga on DVD. Sean, if you were going to level 51 Keyblade, would you do your strongest setup or your raid setup? The strongest setup. Rating is a very personal thing that people have to decide for themselves. Because rating is like, it matters to some and completely doesn't matter to other people. So it's very personalized what you want to do. Personally, I care about passing content because that's the stuff that nets you jewels. You know what I mean? Rating only nets you jewels once a month. Alright, Maleficent's goons. Let's see. So we upped our subslots. I'm pretty sure I already got these screenshots now that I think about it. But we've upped our subslots. Let's go ahead, try and fight this enemy now. So we increased our subslots by 2. And remember, the first time we did that, it was absolutely, like, bananas broken. Alright, so we stay the course, except this time we do the smart thing and activate our turn 2 buffers now. Or our 2-turn buffers now, not turn 2 buffers. Alright, so go here. Activate all of these. I think I did something wrong, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, my face did not account for count. So let's activate the nominate now, actually. Because otherwise... No, wait, that was dumb. That was really dumb. That's okay, it's fine. That's fine. At the very least, we want to recovery buff that last turn. Because now that I think about it, can I recovery buff all of the turns? I think mathematically we can. Let's try this again. Antoine, I use Tifa for my staple. My Sleeping Lion is at level 21. Gotta grind some more Proud Mode to level it up. As for my subslots, I'm only at +2. So I would highly recommend grinding out the Proud Mode quest. You'd be getting jewels along the way. And then try and get it to at least 25. 25 is the next big, like, the next big boost in terms of multiplier. But yeah, honestly, if you're at 70k, kicking 15k away is like kind of a joke for you. So Neckful, have I done the latest story update? No, I haven't. That's another thing I want to do on this stream. So let's go ahead and beat this big bonus challenge. Again, preferred method is going to be recovery buffing. I want to try a defensive setup, see if it works. Because like the trickiest setups that are used to pass this game that people don't really credit much are recovery buffing, turtling. That's really it. Those are the two big ones where it's just like, you might not have the right metals, you might not have the most OP stuff, but if you could trick your way into winning, then it's a good thing. Alright, so let's do this. Oh, wait. Activate our 2-turn buffers. That brings it to -6, and remember, this brings it to 6. 6 is what we wanted it to be at once we started decreasing its count, which is what's exactly about to happen right now. So we're decreasing the count. Decrease. Alright, count's at 0. We get knocked out. Oh no, big whoop, not a big deal. So now we've got Nominee, which is going to be +5. So what we want again is 6 by the time... We want it to be at 6 by the time it rolls around... to the first empty slot, so slot 4. So if we activate Nominate, that's +2. That brings us to 6. If we activate her again, that's +8. Then we activate the 2 supernova attacks, and then we're good. Okay. This is why the template is so, like, that's why I built it in the way that I did. So that way you can kind of see things. Like, first of all, we should have activated these supernova attacks. Oops. We also, man, we messed up. We actually messed this run a lot. We messed it up a lot. All right, so we're at 6 now. So recovery buffing should go off this turn. And then we're super OP. We're like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku OP. Alright, the counterattack goes off again. And now we start off at 130,000 strength stacking for speed medals. And this enemy is more toast than Lust after Colonel Mustang was done with her. Easy. Easy dubs, y'all. Ugh, recovery buffing is just the most disgusting in-game mechanic used to pass stuff. Let's actually, okay, so I'm actually just curious at this point. Let's nerf ourselves a bit more. So what can we do to nerf ourselves more? Let's remove some of the sub-slots. Because I still think 2 copy medals is fair game. Like, this is like a very good bare minimum setup. Heal buffer, 2 copy medals, and a staple. I think that's a very, like, bare bone setup. So let's go ahead and add some sub slots back in. Let's bring ourselves down to 3. .5, 3.8 is probably the closest we're gonna get. But yeah, recovery buffing is so gross. So gross. All right. It just requires a lot of, like, number management. All right, so here we go. Let's try it again. We're going to go for a 3-turn recovery buffing, which is literally the holy grail of recovery buffing. So let's go here. Again, we want it to be by 6 by the time slot 4 rolls around. We know that the Rage Form Sora and the Dark Riku are not going to affect count. So let's go ahead and activate our 2-turn buffers, which are the Dark Riku and the Reaper. And then the rest goes off. It's at 6. By the time slot 4 rolls around, all the way to the friend slot, we are decreasing the count. And then we start the next turn, like, ridiculously OP. So we've nerfed ourselves down by 1 subslot. Oh no, we got hit. Not a big deal. Alright, so we do this. Activate the supernova attacks. That gets it to -6. And there's a lot of different ways to manipulate count. Like these 2 empty these 2 empty slots right here, I could just put them with some sort of, like, dinky tier 2 that has extra attack on it. And that way I can do -2 with that medal, that slot, versus -1 that I have right now. So there's a lot of ways to manipulate count. So, yeah, lots of ways. All right, it's at 6, -2. This has extra attack on a medal that affects count, -2 more. This medal affects count, -2 more. And we're back. And we're OP. And this enemy's fried. Activate Nominee. Get that strength boost. And boom. Boom. I think this is it. Man, maybe we could even bring ourselves down to, like, a 2 multiplier. Is that too saucy? Should we go that way? Should we try and beat this with a +2 multiplier? Let's see. Umbra, the OVA epilogue is on you. It's already out? You can send me the link on Discord and Yu Yu Hakusho. Yo, please, 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 please. I'm a big fan of Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm surprised I didn't hear about this. I thought it was just in the works still. Antoine, I was thinking about pulling for Ericus, but now I'm thinking SF Sora for the bonus challenge. If I were to spend 33,000 jewels to get both, would you be alright? I want to say yes, but, like, the reason I want to get Ericus is because I'm probably closest to making a good power setup. My problem with that setup is that I have 2 perfect medals, but one of them is for content, the other's for raids. I did not really think it through when trading those medals. Okay, so if you're not suffering through power content, meaning content that requires you to fight speed enemies, I'd hold off. Because right now, you've got a need. Your need is to pass the big bonus challenge. And that need is filled by a speed medal. So San Francisco Sora makes a lot of sense to me. But in terms of Ericus, if you get it now, is there any benefit to you right now? And it doesn't really seem so. Like, the biggest thing would be doing better in PvE Coliseum. But that just comes with time. Doing better in PvE Coliseum is literally just like a time thing. In terms of doing well and not spending a crazy ton of real life money, we're going to try this one last time. Except we are going to nerf ourselves down to 2 multiplier. Now this is where we start filling our head with air. Because it's making me start to think we're more OP than we actually are. But let's just see if we are just as OP as we think we are. Thus illustrating the importance of recovery buffing. Alright, so we've re-nerfed ourselves down to heal buffer, 2 copy medals, 1 staple medal, and then +2 on our multiplier, on our subslots. And so there, 2 turn buffers. Ah, no, it did not activate. That's a hard part about auto, is that you got to be really, like, mindful of the time. Because the best part about auto is that everything activates immediately. But at the same time, it's just like, you better time your supernovas, right? I think I'm back. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm back. If someone could give me a wave or something. Because this is actually the first time I've ever done this. It's the first time I've ever had this happen where my computer completely blue screened. Like, it just died. And then I had to restart it. But I didn't change any of the links. I didn't change any of the chat boxes. I didn't change anything. Alright, I'm getting green lights from Sorneckful, Antoine. Okay. So, I guess I don't need to change the links or anything. Which is good. Which is good, because then we can use the same stream. But yeah, sorry, we just completely died there. So I guess I gotta run a diagnostics on my computer. Kind of figure out what's going on. Yeah, sorry. Wow, that was a headache to deal with. But yeah, it looks like I need to run some diagnostics on my computer. Maybe it's something that happened. This only started happening after I started playing PTCGO. That's when this started happening. So maybe it's something with PTCGO. Maybe my computer just isn't strong enough to be running all this stuff. But yeah, here, let me... Apparently, okay, it's giving me an error saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will be experiencing a buffer? Let's see. What does that mean? I'll have to do research on that. I have no idea what that means. But I think we're good. I think we're good. We're getting the green light saying we're back. So I kind of did this off screen because I didn't want to like waste anyone's time. Because now I'm extending the stream time by 30 minutes. Just because like that was my bad. It was, you know, fault of my computer that we were robbed of the last like 10-15 minutes. So we're gonna extend the stream by 15 minutes. Or I'm sorry, by 30 minutes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this bonus quest, and then we're going to go on to the story quest. So, long story short, recovery buffing. So, when it came to this quest, level 35 Sleeping Lion, heal buffer, 2 copies, 1 staple, and then multiplier, subslot multiplier plus 2 was enough with recovery buffing in order to pass this content. Store Neckful. Maybe close some programs to lessen the space. Yeah, that's next on my list. I actually recently just bought an external hard drive to kind of clear out some of the stuff from my computer. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead, see what this enemy is. I'm pretty sure if we fought Maleficent's goons all the way up until now, this last one's gonna be Maleficent. So, let's see. We're gonna want a magic setup for this. Alright, let's see how this works. Because we still get recovery buffing, which is good. Yep, surely enough. Dragon Maleficent. Alright, a count of 20. Meaning that recovery buffing should be going off every single turn. So, because with the Reaper and San Francisco Sora, they do 6 hits every single cast. That's 4 casts, 24 hits. So I think we're good. I think we're good in terms of making the number happen. So realistically, we can activate all of our stuff. So we can activate Rage Form, Dark Riku, Reaper, and not second form Sora, and San Francisco Sora, because we'll get the recovery buffing off. So there's no point not activating them if we get the recovery buffing off, because that means we maintain their value throughout the entire course of the mission. So, this is going to bring it to 18. Oh, wait, nope, we messed up, because this is only going to be 3 casts. Right? Yeah, this is only 3 casts. Oof. We could activate the Nominate. That'd bring it up to 5, but I have no means of taking that out. So we have to get the recovery buffing off. So let's go ahead and activate San Francisco Sora. Alright. Get hit by fire. Come back. Recovery buffing. And then it's at 24. And I think we're good. I think we just keep rolling with it. But I also don't think we're hitting for enough damage. This is 16. This is 10. This is 4. And then recovery buff. And come back. Alright, so now we are clocking out at, let's see, how much speed strength? Plus 132,000? And I still don't think it's enough. So I think we have to update our subslots again or add another speed staple. How far can we get, though? Oof, we still got 100,000 bars to go through. Okay. Alright, so this is where attribute becomes important because remember that hitting for weakness attribute is ×2 the damage. So, we'll have to figure out something else. It's good to know that there is a blue counter. Reverse metals don't do much against this foe. That casts poison, overwrites your strength, and counters when it hit count reaches 0. Alright, so this is where your heal buffer becomes super de-duper important because I have poison resist on my heal buffer. Does Dark Riku have? Does any of these have poison resist? Alright, so Rage Form Sora's got 20%. Okay, so I don't have 100% poison resist, so it was actually just lucky that we didn't get hit those times. But let's go ahead, switch to our counterpoint. And then we want recovery buffing to go off. KR24 does not decrease count. So we're gonna have to figure out something for that. We're gonna need to hit for a lot of count. A lot of it. So, let's see. Ansem the Wise with Aqua. Aqua's got extra attack. Ansem the Wise has extra attack. That's -20. What do we have in the magic department? Nothing good. Nothing particularly strong. This Aqua doesn't have a skill. That's why she's not particularly great. This is... Realistically, we should level up this Final Fantasy VII Remake 7 Aerith. Like, I have like 100-something traits for her. I have 114 traits for Final Fantasy VII Remake Aerith. Let's see. So this is -20 right here. If we copy KR24, it's still not enough. So if we copy KR24, what we want to do is we want to get it to 1 by the last cast of KR24. So that's what we want. I think we have a friend, Zero Talent, I'm pretty sure is sharing KR24. So what we want is it to be at count of 1. I believe Aerith affects count. Let's see. Aerith does affect count. So, because we don't want to remove too much damage. That's the other thing. We don't want to remove too much damage. Let's operate on our number 2 slot. So let's go here. That goes there. Elsa, you can go there. You're still my Elsa. See, Elsa's my magic staple still, but the trade-off is that Elsa isn't very strong. Like, in terms of sheer damage numbers and stuff, Elsa isn't very strong. She's minus 8,000 strength. Her multiplier isn't cracking 20, so Elsa's not very strong. So what we need is every turn Nominate is going to give plus 4. So it's going to be at 24 every single turn. So what we need is we need to somehow get rid of count plus, and then Elsa actually gives count plus 1. Count plus 1. Elsa's got extra attack, so that's plus 6. That's 26. So what we need is this to hit for 5. What a weird number to hit. Actually, now that I think about it, doesn't this hit for 5? Beautiful. All right. So with this setup, we should be able to recovery buff with KR24. All right, Antoine, you got to go for the night. Awesome stream. Learned a lot. Thanks for the advice. No worries. No worries. Whatever you decide to pull for, good luck. I hope you get it early because getting it early saves you jewels. All right, here it is. Dragon Maleficent. Let's see if we can find that KR24. Ah, here it is. Zero Talent coming through, y'all. All right. 13 max gauge 2. Got extra attack. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need for count. You know what? I just want to see it again, so let's go ahead and take a look at the artwork. That is so beautiful. There's so many different reasons I wanted KR24, but it's just like I can't justify pulling for a staple medal with a 10 pull mercy. I just can't. It's just not good. Like, it's not good value. All right. This is where we need to be careful because we've got supernova attacks that we need to be careful about activating. Because it might throw off our recovery buffing a bit. So we want to activate all of these because we are going to... Yeah, we want to activate all of these. So, because we're going to be using recovery buffing, we're going to get knocked out at the end of the turn. So let's go ahead and just play around with the numbers. So, 24. This should be 24. Oh, no, that's 23. It's going to be 22. 21. I believe this is count plus minus 0 for this particular medal. No, it's not. It's minus 1. Okay. So minus 1. That brings it to 20. Elsa's going to bring it to 22. I think we just... No, I think... Okay, so we renova. Get all of the blues back. Activate all of them again. I think this works. So it's at 21. So what we want to do is activate the Aerith. Oh, no, we wanted to tap with the Aerith. We wanted to tap with the Aerith. That's where we messed up. Okay. All right, if we tap with Ansem the Wise, how does that work out? So that's... I think we go once with Ansem the Wise. That brings it down to 13. We messed up. We wanted to tap with the Aerith. Oh, wait. Our multipliers are still broken. Okay. Well, we might finish this earlier than expected. Oops. My bad. Let's see if we... No, what we could do is this. Okay, tap. Minus 1. Supernova. Minus 1. Minus 5. Minus 5. And then KR24 doesn't affect count. Oh, man, that animation looks beautiful. All right. And then we tap. Yes. All right. We get knocked out. Recovery buffing brings us back, and then we just proceed. So this brings us up. Also brings us to 21. Yeah, there we go. All right, the maths work. But we didn't nerf our subslots. So that's what we got to do. But we figured out the math. That's the hardest part about recovery buffing, is making sure you figure out the math. All right, well, here's our free 10 gems each. Super sweet value right there. Let's see. Gabriel, yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the stream. Sir Neckful, I wonder why we haven't gotten new animations for new medals lately. Coding, if I had to guess. Sean, the stream going down gave me time to join the Discord. Oh, cool. Awesome. Welcome to the Discord. Again, I usually give all my updates in that Discord. All right, so let's go back to a multiplier of +2. So, multiplier of +2. Oh, wow. 2 flat. All right, cool. So let's see if recovery buffing with a +2 multiplier is good. Granted, there's a lot of stuff going on in this Keyblade. So we have an almost perfect Elsa, really missing a lot of strength right there. We've got a free Final Fantasy VII Remake Aerith, which was free a few weeks ago. Or not free, I'm pretty sure it was VIP last week. We've got an Ansem the Wise, which I did recommend pulling on. I did a pull battle with D-Legend for that. We have a Renova Aqua with not such a great attack boost. Not having an attack boost max. But realistically, I just want a new upright magic staple. Like, I want a new one. Just because Elsa's damage just isn't what it used to be. It's still good. It still works. I'm not struggling with content. But we do want a new one. And then we got the Reaper, which was recent. It was a decent pull for, so... Alright. And then KR24, which we're borrowing. Alright, so the maths work out. So let's go ahead, see if after nerfing our multiplier, the math works out here. Alright, so activate everything. Because with recovery buffing, again, activating all your supernovas doesn't matter, because even if they're all one-turn buffs, you maintain all of it anyways. Alright, activate them all again. Look at how strong supernovas make you. Like, even without adding anything else, we added the Nominee. But the supernova attacks alone gave us plus 55,000 strength stacking, which is literally more than the strength value of, like, the current meta. Which is crazy. It literally doubled the strength of the meta metals. Alright, so... let's see, it's at plus 16 right now. Let's activate the Nominee. It's at plus 21. Tap with the Aerith. That brings us to 20. Also brings us up to 22. Activate the Nova, the regular Nova, because that does count as a way of manipulating -1. Activate Ansem the Wise. And Aqua, which decreases the count. And then we'll activate the Reaper, KR24. Tap. And get hit with fire. Literal fire. Alright, so then we go here. And then everything, I believe, the math works out correctly. This is -5. Elsa is +2. We're at 21. 21 is exactly where we want to be before getting to the end of the Keyblade. Oh no, our attack boost 11 didn't go off. Count +-0, count +-0 here. Okay, so truthfully, with everyone, like, this is where it another part where it becomes kind of hard to be a streamer. We sort of need money. Like, in order to give you quality streams, we need money. And the next thing we need is an Elgato HD60S as well as a gaming chair. Because I'm straight up sitting on a foldy chair, and it's hurting my back a lot. So, I don't know if I want to monetize yet. I'm still on the thought process of thinking about it. But yeah, recovery buffing. But it's on my list of things to do, truthfully. So, I don't know. if I monetize the channel, let me hear your thoughts in stream. If I monetize the channel, which means that on some videos, if not all of them, it's gonna add ads. If I monetize the channel, would you still watch? Because, like, my most important thing, like, the money would be nice. Getting additional money in order to create a better stream would be fantastic. However, at the same time, the most important thing is that we all still get to hang out. That is the number one thing. And first of all, recovery buffing worked beautifully. We got it right there. But that is my number one most important thing. So would you as a community still support me if I added ad revenue to my YouTube channel? Please let me know in the comments. This is something that's truthfully been on my mind for the past, like, few weeks. Because, like, I want to keep y'all around more than I care about making money. You know what I mean? Like, money off of YouTube is whatever. You know, I'm probably going to make, like, $1 every single video that ever comes out. But, like, with you all here, that money means nothing. Like, I'd much rather keep you all around. That is first and foremost my big thing as a YouTuber, is that my advice is helping people and that we're hanging out. So please let me know in the comments. Please let me know in videos. Like, my biggest thing is that we all get to hang out. I will not let money get in the way of our friendship. Okay, so big bonus challenge done. The rest of this stuff, it's like I could do this on my own, because the big bonus challenge is the one where you need the big brain plays. That's where you need the big brain plays. The rest of the stuff is either you pass it or you don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth sweating like bullets to pass some of this stuff. I guess I should change the name of the video, because I said we were going to do a Coliseum climb, but there's no way we could do a Coliseum climb in 15 minutes. Like, that's impossible. It takes like 3 hours to do a full Coliseum climb. I think the story is going to take like 10 minutes, because it's only like 5 quests. So let's go ahead and do the Protect the Beach Summer event. Because one thing that I wanted to do that I just never did is I wanted to record these like Keyblade wielder events, because the game, like, it's not in theater mode. They don't show up in theater mode. So let's go ahead. Let's do this. Let's do this. If we can clear these missions in like 5 to 10 minutes, I think we're good. And I'll extend the stream 5 minutes, whatever, just to, like, beat the story mission. Because I really want to watch the story mission. I don't watch story missions without y'all. Like, I don't. I don't know. I feel like it's so much more fun talking about the video or so much more fun talking about the story when we're all together. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep our beaches safe. Even though with coronavirus, there are no such things as going to the beach right now. This Spiny Savage. Look at it. It's like a little tiny Pokemon. All right. So blue enemy. Let's whip out our speed setup. So for the most part, I won't start worrying about enemy level until it hits 2,000. Because remember what we did with the big bonus challenge. We were able to just blaze through the enemies with just a heal buffer and a copy medal. That was enough. So now let's just literally rip them to shreds with our setup. Let's see. Apathy. I needed new upright speed and magic staple. Okay, so just remember those things that I was telling Antoine earlier. 1, will you have more than 17,000 joules after pulling? 2, what was number 2? Make sure you maximize everything you possibly can. Subslots, Keyblade multiplier, what other things, like your passives, things like that. Like, do what you can before spending joules, because remember, your joules are the most valuable resource. So you want to spend that last, like literally the last possible thing you could do. And then 3, compare it to your current staple. So I don't know what your current upright speed staple is and your upright magic staple, but compare the damage. Because the thing about staples, you could do the math for them. I showed it in the I showed it in the San Francisco video as well as the Key 24 video. There's a way to calculate the math, and then there's a way to show if it beats the boss. So for example, let's just say the new medal that gives you the new medal, if you buy the new medal, it'll give you plus, I don't know, 50% damage, right? And let's say you have a boss that's got like 100,000 bars of health, right? So let's say your current staple gets you down to 50,000 bars of health. So that's like 50%. You've still got 50% more damage to go through. And then, it's really hard math, but an additional 50% is not going to defeat that enemy for you, and thus making it a waste of your jewels. Like, the math is an additional 50% more, so you'd have to get the enemy down to like 33,000 bars of health with your current staple until that 50% difference is going to defeat the enemy. And that's a lot of math. Really, I can make like a whole video for it. But yeah, those 3 things to consider. Will you have enough jewels for a heal buffer? Did you maximize everything you possibly could? And is it going to defeat the quest that you're stuck on? Because staples, the whole purpose of staples is to defeat quests. That's like the whole purpose of staples. Let's see. Yo, the little onion that could. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Jaren, I defeated the big bonus challenge. Woo, let's go. Let's get those jewels, y'all. Jaren's cool with ads. Apathy's cool with ads. Sean's cool with ads. Federico's cool with... Okay. Oh, hey, Elisa, what's going on? I see you lurking there. Apathy, hi, Onion, your videos are hilarious. I agree. Actually, like, watching the little onion that could, watching your videos actually cracks a smile on my face. Big A+ for effort and video editing. I love it. I'm so late. I can't video edit. Like, my video editing is cut the video here and then add the new one here. That's the best I got in terms of video editing. So, if y'all are looking for like a super fun video that's got lots of good editing in it, the little onion that could has a really great editing. Jaren, yo, Nexo, when do you think Yozora will be a medal? Not until Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. They might not even call it Kingdom Hearts 4. They might call it like Kingdom Hearts The Next Saga Episode 1. I don't know. Maybe when they acquired Disney and thus acquired Marvel, they're gonna start giving ridiculous names. Alright, cool. What if they did do that? Oh my gosh. Kingdom Hearts, like, name of saga here, episode 1. Or episode 4. That way, in like 10 years from now, they can release episodes 1, 2, and 3. Alright, first one, easy peasy. Free gems. Not a problem here. Okay, so I think the consent, and then I'm still gonna make a community post on it because it's important. So I think I've got 2 community posts lined up. I forgot what the first one was. Shoot, I gotta rewatch this stream and figure out what it was. But I have to do a community post for the monetization because that's super big. Like, that's having monetization would really help the channel in terms of financially supporting the stuff. Again, so that I'm not sitting on a foldy chair and thus hurting my back. And so that when you all watch stuff, it gets 0 latency. Meaning that what I see immediately on this screen here. Okay, let me see if I could show you. This is kind of hard, it's kind of awkward. All right, so I'm going to show you my screen. And then I'm going to show it in relationship to what you all see. So it's kind of hard because this is a load screen. So you don't see it. But there's this huge, like, not huge. It's really like a 1-second latency gap in terms of what I see versus what you see, but it makes all the difference in terms of reaction. You know what I mean? Like, my reaction might be like a second early or something like that. So I want to get that HC Elgato 60S because it removes this latency problem. Again, latency is the time between what I see and what you all see on the screen. So monetization would really help just kind of clear that out without me, like, spending money that I need for bills or for paying off, like, other things that aren't bills. Honestly, bills is a huge piece of money right there. So monetization would really help clear that out. And now that I think about it, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb because it is Union Cross bonus time right now. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. We should be stacking up for those gems right now, but at the same time, it's like, that's a lot of time. Union Cross is a crazy amount of time, especially for the gem week. Oh my gosh. I literally probably have to dedicate an entire day to just playing it on the side. I'd rather just have Dark Run running in the background. Little Onion that could. Thank you. I'm glad my videos can make y'all at least smile. I'm sure a lot of us would watch the ads. I support the people I'm subscribed to, so I'll make sure to watch them. Oh, thank you, Little Onion. Okay, what do you prefer to go by? Because it's a long name, so I want to make sure I'm making the right, like, name address. That's a big thing with me. I like making sure the names are correct, or whatever the preferred name is, that I use the preferred name. Because I was calling Elisa Alyssa for the longest time. There was another subscriber, name is Kiowa, and I botched that one up so bad. I felt like awful about it. I was saying like Kiawa and stuff like that. I felt really bad. I felt really bad about it. So I'd rather get the preferred name. I'd rather get the preferred name and use that continuously. Because, you know, that's just being respectful to the person, you know? Like, names are powerful. Names are really powerful. And I feel like that's something that people don't really, like, attribute a lot. Is that having your own name and being able to be called by it is... It's just respectful, you know? It's just being a decent human being at that point. Onion, just call you Onion? Alright. Sorry, I'm laughing at this Sebastian ornament. It looks so silly. And it goes on your pet. It's a crab that is on top of your pet. Which is just funny. It's just funny to me. Rick, put on the ads. Alright. Alright. Again, I'll make a community post. I'll give people time to think about it. Because honestly, this whole week is just going to be studying. Like, this is my one break. I might take another break tomorrow to stream. We'll see. But, like, we have to be cranking out the gears. Because it's a big test. It's super important I pass. Like, it's ridiculously important I pass. Alright, so no problems so far. What level was this enemy? Now that I think about it. I should probably be paying attention to that. Because level 3000 is where things get kind of tricky. Let's see. Oh, it's only 16. Yeah, so it hasn't even hit 2000 yet. Okay, so this is still an easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of mission. Let's see. All right. I think our heal buffer is actually a heal buffer and a staple is probably enough. Oh yeah, there you go. All right. And Axel isn't even our staple, and it still put this enemy in its place. Ace, hey man, I'm a new player. I want Nominee banner, but it's not coming out sad. Yeah, honestly, Nominee is, like, really gross. Like, really gross. But, at the same time, if you're a new player and you don't have Kyrie A, get it. Just get it. Just don't question it. Like, your first 9,000 jewels have already been reserved to a different medal. Like, Kyrie A is the 100% most solid start to this game. I've never questioned that. Never. Because heal buffers, again, 5 types of medals. For those who weren't here earlier in the stream, there's 5 types of medals in this game. Heal buffers, copy medals, staples, miscellaneous medals with good effect, and then miscellaneous garbage. Those are the 5 medals. And you want to make sure you're pulling for heal buffers and copy medals, and then staple medals once you've established yourself. And then miscellaneous stuff once you have, like, the first 3. Like, this is literally a tier order of the stuff you should be pulling in. So it's heal buffers, copy medals, staples, miscellaneous with good effect, and then miscellaneous garbage. The garbage is useless. Like, the garbage is useless. It's there for collection purposes. But yeah, that is the order of stuff you should be pulling in. Granted, I would say Renova medals are like a miscellaneous good effect medal that could probably be above a staple, because it could sort of act as a staple too, because it's still got a decent multiplier and everything. Alright, so let's see. Now we're fighting a shark, and I think actually our sub-slot is still nerfed, right? We didn't re-update that. Yeah, it still is. It's +2. Alright, so let's go back to our dinky setup. And let's get rid of 1 copy medal. So now we've got subslots at +2, Sleeping Lion at +35, heal buffer, 1 copy medal, 1 staple. That's where we're at. Little Onion, the Sebastian ornament is ridiculous. It's so cute. It's so cute. I wonder if there would ever be like a company. Oh, and there's a counter, meaning we can recovery buff again. But I wonder if there'd ever be like a company that's just like, for your pets, in real life, we're going to print out Union Cross ornaments. Square Enix capitalized on that idea. I don't have any pets, but I'm sure someone is going to collect those. I don't know why they don't release, like, super awesome Kingdom Hearts product. There's a lot of things you could think about. You know? I'd do that. If I owned a company that can make plushes, aka Disney, I would definitely make that kind of thing. There's a lot of money to be had in that. Lots of money. Lots of money. I think Kingdom Hearts really messed up when it comes to their merchandise. Because, like, the merchandise that comes out for Kingdom Hearts is either it sucks or it's really expensive. There's a third category of, like, okay, this was cool. Good job. A+. But, like, the merchandise either sucks, it's expensive, or it rocks. There's, like, no in-between between these three categories. Let's see. Alright, where do we leave off at in chat? Andres, sup man, love the videos, definitely monetize the channel. You think so too? Okay, I'm gonna make a survey because again, the most important part is that we all hang out. If the ads are gonna get in the way of our friendship, it's not worth it. It's not. Let's see. Little Onion that could. Next, what's your favorite metal right now? Oh, that's an easy answer. Wait, let's how many more missions do we got? We got 2 more. We got 2 more and then I'll answer your question. But that's an easy answer. Super easy. I don't even have to think twice. Don't think twice, y'all. Let's see. Alright, Andres, I'm in the same boat as Ace, a new player, pulled Kyrie plus Reaper. Would you recommend pulling on Final Fantasy VII Remake? Yeah. Yeah. But again, you're running into staple territory. So when you pull for staples, A, have above 17,000 jewels, B, maximize all the stuff you can, because you only pull for staples when it comes to passing content, and 3, did I say AB3? 1, 2, 3. That's what I meant to say. ABC. I don't know. Bullet points. But the third thing to keep in mind is whenever you pull for staple, is going to pass you content. That's the thing. But the 7 remake banner, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. Like, I've seen so many comments dogging on it, like, oh, the medals aren't as good, or oh, this, that, and XYZ. And I'm just like, y'all, like, the medals are still super good. They're ridiculously good for the fact that you're only paying 9,000 jewels to obtain them, and then an additional 2,000, 3,000 jewels to max them out. Literally 12,000 jewels gets you a perfect medal that acts as a staple. They're all self-buffing. Tifa has PvP utility. Like, Sephiroth is a fantastic medal in general. Cloud's okay. But like, I don't know what the big beef is with the Final Fantasy VII Remake medals. Like, they're still really good. They're still, like, ridiculously good. Can we recovery buff? No. The count's too high for that. The count's too high. We don't want to think about it too much. So let's just completely destroy. Let's end this man's career right here. But yeah, Ace, after you've pulled for that stuff, or I'm sorry, Andres, Ace, after you've pulled that stuff, honestly, the 7 remake banners are really good. It's super cheap. Like, and if you get, like, a Tifa in your Sephiroth pulls, then you've covered 2 staples, and you only had to spend 9,000 jewels. Like, the fact that there's... I really like the 7 remake banner. I really think it's a good banner. It's cheap. You have the opportunity to get multiple staples in your pulls, and they're still good medals. Like, I think it's still a good banner, truthfully. This is where I get wary about advice. Like, this is where advice kind of is plus minus, because some people are going to say they're not good anymore. And yeah, if you bought every single medal in the game, of course they're not good anymore, because now you just have things with higher strength. But it's like, you look for investments. You look for things that it's like, I want to spend once, so that way I can save my jewels during the time that I need to, you know? If I bought every new medal that ever came out and gave them perfect traits, of course it'd be easy. Of course it'd be super easy. But we are also a citizen of the United States of America who went to college and is drowning in student loan debt. So it's like, no, I don't have that kind of money. I don't. Like, when you think about the conversion, because games can't do this, because otherwise it counts as gambling. When you do the conversion of jewels to dollars, it costs you roughly $110 for a 5-pull Mercy to perfect trade it. That's your conversion unit. And it's like, I'm not going to shell out $110 every single time a new medal comes out. I could sell my blood and still not have enough money to do all that. That's how absurd, like, that's why whenever I think about how deep people's pockets are when it comes to this game, I'm just like, you seriously spent that much money on this game? Like, I can't talk because I used to be, a long time ago, I used to be an every single VIP kind of guy. But over time, I realized VIP is just not worth it. Like, you don't get the value that you think you're getting out of it. The best part about it is that you get an additional, like, you get a lot of stuff, actually, with VIP. You get the access to the Moogle Shop. You get, like, cheap traits in the Moogle Shop, which is huge. You get plus 5,300 if you play Dark Road. So it's, like, 4,400 from Union Cross, plus 900 from Dark Road, and you get a free pull in Dark Road. Like, being VIP is super broken. But at the same time, as time goes on, all the stuff you spent your jewels on, like, it devalues. It's like a car, you know, where it's like the car just devalues inherently over time. So it's like the stuff that you buy with your VIP money, yeah, you're powerful temporarily, but then you also spend a lot of money to get there, you know? Let's see. I think we could activate Nominate and still get recovery buffing off, actually, now that I think about it. So that's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. We're behind in chat. We gotta catch up. Let's see. Ace, all my metals is inverse power metals like Sephiroth and that new copy metal Reaper. That's fine, though. The Reaper can go in your last slot, and it covers for you. Like, it covers for any attribute because you can use it to copy a magic metal, a speed metal, whatever. That's why the copy metals are so incredible. Forward copy metals are super de-duper broken for that reason. Let's see. Kaylee, I tried for Terra or Sephiroth on the rerun banner. Got 3 clouds instead. Dang. Sorry. Honestly, just... Oh, Tifa, not Terra. Sorry. Dang, 3 clouds. Okay, I hope you only pulled 3 times, though. If you pulled 3 times and got 3 clouds, that's broken. That's banana sandwich broken. Sean, Ace Nominate is in Draw Points banner. I got her a couple days ago. She'll come in time. Start with Kyrie. Yeah, start with Kyrie. Nominate will come in time. Honestly, Nominate is not as broken as she used to be because a lot of metals do self-buffing. But Nominate is still best metal in-game, in my opinion. Because the versatility is just huge. It's through the roof. That's why when that Terra came out a few weeks ago in VIP, it was important. I don't make videos about VIP. Because I don't like swaying people to buy VIP or whatever. So it was important for me to make a video for that one because that metal is broken. That metal is like, for a VIP metal, it was almost unfair to give that for free. So, heal buffers. They're ridiculous. Even if it's just the Kyrie A, it's still a really good start. Really good start. Let's see. Jaren, was there anything special that happened in the previous JP anniversary? Should I save my jewels till then? You always should save your jewels for anniversary. It's just a good rule of thumb. Honestly, Global's anniversary this year kind of sucked. It was just the Supernova banner and you got to pull 3 times from it. But it's like I pulled 0 times from it and I didn't lose anything or gain anything. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that that Supernova banner came out, everyone was super hyped for it. It's like, oh, sub-slots, oh, this, that. I'm like, you just got a bunch of metal that don't have traits. And, like, traits are what make a metal important. When it comes to staples. When it comes to staples and copy metals. But when it comes to heal buffers, honestly, just the heal buffer alone it's just really good. It's really good. But yeah, it's a good rule of thumb. If you don't have 17,000 jewels, definitely save till then. Because everyone's expecting a new buffer to come out. Honestly, I'm expecting it too. Or in the darkest of darkness, they're going to give the announcement they're shutting down the game. In the darkest of evil. So let's hope that's not the case. Andres, I would murder for Dream Eater plushes. They actually exist. You missed it out a long time ago. They actually had a Meow Wow plush. An official Square licensed Meow Wow plush. That actually existed. Ace, yeah, but you got to pull so much for draw points. Yeah. Draw points is just something you stumble across. You don't pull from the draw points banner. Sean, that's right. It comes in times. Don't pull to get the points. Yeah, exactly what Sean said. Onion, Tifa got me through this big bonus challenge. I don't know why people would say the Final Fantasy medals are outdated or obsolete. Yeah, they're still really strong. They're really strong. I use them as my staples. Don't be ragging on my Final Fantasy VII Remake medals. Mikhail, I bought SF Sora. No, I didn't. I used a copy medal to copy someone else's SF Sora. And then we're good. Copy that. I'm telling you. Tier list. And again, this is going to be part of that video. Literally, it's this long series of videos. I've got it all planned out. Once I take my exam, I've got like all these videos, like a long checklist. I'm writing an outline in Microsoft Word right now. Heal buffers, first and foremost, and then copy medals. And I just copied someone's San Francisco Sora. I didn't own my own. So it's like we had it, but we didn't. We just used a copy medal. And then when the next best upright speed comes out, it's just like, we still might not have San Francisco Sora, but we still got our copy medal that can copy that medal. So we're good. We are good. All right. It is time to do the story quest. So let's go ahead, do the story quest. Again, the way I like to do story is that I like to watch the movie. So I mute my microphone when we watch the movie so that way we can all enjoy it together. So let me make sure that my audio is working. Because it's kind of weird when it's like, yeah, let's watch a movie, and then there's no sound. All right. So let's do this. Let's close that. Let's make sure I can hear. Okay. Awesome. So let's go ahead and pass these events. This tough tool has the abilities, blah, blah, blah. It's not level 2000. I'm not worried whatsoever. Andres, solid advice. Thanks so much. Pull at the end. Yeah, pull at the end. Pull at the end. Because then you see everything that comes out. Like, because, okay, so this is where it becomes important for my videos to pay attention to this. So the reason I don't do metal analysis prophylactically, meaning I don't do it before the actual metal drops, is because if they change the conditions of the banner, that could mean everything. Like, if I did a preemptive video and said, oh, this metal sucks, but then, like, they release the banner and it's like, it only costs you 6,000 jewels to get it, I'd be like, whoa, that's worth it. 6,000 jewels for a new staple? That's, like, metal level? That's worth it. So always wait till the end, because if something like that comes out, you don't want to get caught with your pants down not having enough jewels. Oh, hey, look, there's that outdated metal Tifa coming in clutch for us. This Ventus doesn't even have a skill on him. I've been kind of lazy with my skills, truthfully. Like, I have them. They exist. Why I haven't given them to medals? It's a mystery. It's more of a mystery than how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Which I still don't know if there's an answer to that. I'm pretty sure it's like, oh, it varies based on saliva and all this nonsense, but like, the world may never know. The world may never know. Ace, you really want Nominate? Why isn't the banner coming out? No worries, like, Nominate is really OP, but at the same time, at the very least, what you can do is make sure you have enough jewels for when the time that she does come out, or when the next heal buffer comes out. You just want to at least make sure you have enough jewels. That's the most important thing you could do. I'm missing a chest, aren't I? I thought it was 4 chests. I think I've only gotten 3. Ah, there's the 4th one. Alright, cool. We just straight up hop that. Where's this dude? Where's the security guard? Oh, they were tricky. They put the target enemy here, but then there's an enemy on the side, thus forcing people to go back into this mission another time. That was dirty. Is there another chest? Is there some sort of hidden like 5th chest? Alright, now we're good. Actually, I have to check my phone real quick. Sorry, I just got a text from a friend's Pokemon Go Fest results, and they're pretty good. They got a shiny Zangoose, like a shiny Unknown. That's awesome. That's super awesome. Okay. For what? We missed a chest? What chest did we miss? What? Man, now we gotta go back in again anyways. Alright. So, I thought we got it. We got 2 blue chests, 1 regular red chest, and then the AP chest, no? Did I just not open one of them? Here's one of them. Let's skip the enemies, because we don't need to fight them. Now that we've completed that objective, we don't need to fight them. So there's the AP chest. Then there should have been a regular chest. Looks like we gotta bust up this enemy first. Man, they made the story enemies harder. Like, a heal buffer alone was enough to take them out before. Alright, there's the regular chest. Then there should have been a blue chest. We could have totally passed that enemy just by running above it. Ace, I hope they don't shut down the game, because I like this game, but I feel it's coming though, the game. Loading takes a long time. Did you download the resources? Like, sometimes when people play this game long enough, they just have to restore the resources, so that way it gets rid of all, like, the garbage files, and then keeps only the relevant ones. Alright, and then there should have been... So there's a blue chest here. There's a second blue chest. I could have swore there was a second blue chest. So there's one here. Is it up here? Oh, for the love of Pete. Okay. Nope. We got an image of something. Let's see. Sean, Ace, they've been doing reprints lately. She should be coming back, but not significantly changed my setup since I got her with extra attack. She's good, but don't sleep on Kingdom Hearts 3 Kai. Agreed. Naminé will probably come back right before the next buffer medal comes out, so we can use our jewels on her, and then still have to pay for the new one. Agreed again. When Stained Glass medals came out, they re-released old Kairi and Xion before at the time Broken Stained Glass came out. So I agree with all of that. But at the same time, even if that does happen, Naminé is still really valuable. Like, still really good. I actually still use my Kairi and Xion for PvP. Alright, so it's story time. Y'all know what that means? Oh, it's double. Okay, there we go. So y'all know what that means? It means we gotta watch, and it means that your boy here is going on mute. So let's go ahead and watch our story quest. That was so funny because it's just like, it's a mini game in a game in a movie about that's a game. It's like triple gameception. All right, let's go ahead and take out these. What were they called? Cherry somethings? Ooh, okay. Cherry Kaboom. I wonder, because it looked like it was supposed to explode on us. Actually, 4 fewer medals. We should have read the instructions better. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We could just leave him here. If we're feeling super evil, we could just leave him in this egg beater. But we won't, because that's not what heroes do. Thor would not approve. But we did mess up. Yeah, so let's defeat all the enemies still. Let's clear that objective, and then let's go back. We have to go back in here and then get equip 4 or less medals. So let's still defeat all the enemies as planned. And then we have to unfortunately go back in and equip only 4 medals, even though we're only using 2, which is kind of sad. We could have just gone in with 4 to begin with, but I digress. Oh, we're in an oven. We're in an oven. We are in an oven, and we don't like being there. It's getting a little toasty in there. Let's see. So many cherry kabooms. Kurtuo, not the bomb heartless. Not the bomb heartless. Not the gumdrop buttons. A+ to anyone who knows where that reference is from. Jaren, hey Nexel, did you hear about the new cards in Dark Road? I just got Kyrie in Dark Road. Is she useful in events? She boosts the gauge boost. However, I don't know how that helps me. Honestly, I don't think it's that super important, truthfully. The bonus hour thing, it's just really good for like not needing to pay attention. But realistically, if you're paying attention, it shouldn't matter too much. Sean, in Dark Road, Kyrie doesn't boost the meter much. I have her and took her out. Multiple copies might do more. Yeah, but you can't get multiple copies. That's the trade-off, is that, like, you only get 1 copy, and then it continually makes itself more powerful, which doesn't really... Unless it's, like, a plus 10 Kyrie gives you the boost immediately. Like, I still don't see how that could be too broken. You got lucky on a ticket drop. I wanted Kyrie. Truthfully, I pulled twice when Kyrie came out and didn't get her. And then I realized she was in the shop points banner, and I was just like, I still have like 1,400 shop points from the campaign. So I was like, oh man, I could have just spent the shop points. But it's okay. Instead, we spent 6,000 jewels like a rube. And we didn't get any key arts or anything. That's one of the things I hate the most about Dark Road, is that its mercy pulling system is garbo right now. The mercy pulling system for Dark Road is, hey, you've pulled so many times that now you get shop points to guarantee yourself a certain medal. And at that point, it's just like, bruh, was it worth pulling all those times to get a garbage plus 10 shadow card? Like, they need to make the pulls better. They need to make the pulls better. They need to increase the rates of getting certain medals. Let's see, 10 for your special attacks, play without having to continue, yada yada yada. Let's just use a standard... Let's just use a staple. Staples are self-buffing. I'm not super concerned. But yeah, the Dark Road pull system is garbage. The best thing about it is that you get 1 free pull a day. That's the best thing about the Dark... And then they release this, like, 1 magic card every single, like, pull thing, which is good. It's very important to be able to get the magic cards. But at the same time, it's just like, bruh. You couldn't make it like 2 magic cards every single pull? Would that be too broken? I don't know. It's not worth it. Pulling in Dark Road is just not worth it. Oof. Okay, we gotta be careful. Oh, this is kind of dirty. So does that mean we need to enter this quest multiple times then? Can I just tap and beat this enemy? No, I can't. Alright, we already activated 4. Oh, this stinks. This is garbage. Alright, so that was 5. This is 6. Because remember, supernova attacks don't count towards this count. This is 7. We can't make the card with those monsters inside. Or we can. Ralph, what do you gotta say, dude? Hey, can you get rid of them or something? Okay, we could get rid of the enemies by turning the oven on, guys. Like, it's time for the big brain plays. Alright, let's go ahead and trash them in the oven anyways. See, now we're in the oven. Like, we don't want to be in the oven. This is a mistake. Alright, well, that was still under 10. So we good. Mikhail, Sean, I figured that out. Too bad you have to really pay attention to what wordings aren't used. Right, right. And again, that was the whole point of this template. Like, I've shown this a million times. I use this whenever I do my metal analysis. The whole point of this is to show you what it doesn't do. Like, that's the most important thing you could get out of using my template, is knowing what a metal doesn't do. For 2 Shrek movie, don't remember which one. Yeah! It was the first movie. It was the gingerbread man. They were torturing him in the castle. And he's like, not the gumdrop buttons! Alright, collect all materials, complete without having to continue, etc. etc. We're still in the oven. Why are we still in the oven? I think the best quotes from Shrek actually came from the gingerbread man. That whole movie was fire. That whole movie was amazing. Alright, so we gotta collect materials, so that's the key here. They did a really good job with this world too, like really building in all the stuff. I'm super impressed. Oh wait, is that the boss? That's a boss enemy? Okay. So clearly it just wants us to swerve around, grab these materials. What do you guys say, Vanellope? Don't break it. Why won't it open? Alright, for anyone who's watched the Wreck-It Ralph movie, they completely trashed the whole place. So Vanellope, don't worry. Canonically, this stuff doesn't survive anyways. I like how we're fighting this Heartless standing on nothing. We are just airwalking. Did you know, actually, fun fact, fun Kingdom Hearts fact, back in 2006, the shoe company Airwalk created 2 specific shoes. One was black and was called the Roxas sneaker, and then one was light blue for, it was like men and female sizes, so it was like the male shoe was called Roxas, and it was a black sneaker. And then the female shoe was called Demix, and it was a light blue sneaker. Fun fact. And then I spent like months trying to find them in stores and couldn't find them. Alright, here's the boss enemy at the Card Bakery. Any conditions? Complete within 1 turn. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Let's see. Per 2 so far, I only have 2 key art and 1 key scene. Don't remember the exact. Is it key art 2? Key art 2 is actually like a really good card. There's a good reason that you can only get it in ticket pulls, and why its percentage is like literally 1 every 1,000 medals, or 1 every 1,000. 1 every 1,000. Oh goodness. Cards. Hurry, Ralph's in trouble. I don't know. He looks like he's doing all right. Why can't we just go enjoy some candy? Have some candy. Let's see. All right. Well, looks like it's not gonna let us do anything else anyways. So let's help our boy and just smoke this enemy. And it's got a lot of HP. It's got a lot of HP. Alright, well, looks like we might have to take this one a little bit more seriously than we'd like to. So, let's activate our 2-turn buffers, get that going off. Because then we have Renova the next turn. And actually, I think if we played our cards right, we also get recovery buffing. So we get a lot of stuff here. Oh, but it looks like it's curtains for you, friend. There we go. Never mind, we still beat it in 1 turn. We're good. We're good. Sean, if you pull more than one copy, they increase the effectiveness and may fill the gauge more. But I only have one, so I don't know. Not enough tickets, and I'm not spending jewels. Yeah, fair. Mikhail, by the way, what's up with cards like the potion? If you get more, it doesn't change the card. So basically, plus 10, you can get shot points after collecting 10. Yeah, that's such a huge waste. It's not like the potion gets any stronger. It heals, whatchamacallit? It heals 50 HP points, and that's it. Oh, if only there was a title called Mario. Then we'd be the Mario Kart maker. Alright, is it story time? Alright, it's story time. Well, let's watch, y'all. Alright, time to check in, y'all. I am super excited to fight that Heartless that they showed at the end there. The one that looks like an enhanced version of the Spear Heartless. Super excited to fight that one when that comes along. Alright, so I do have to end the stream here. We do have to get back to those books. We do got to keep studying and being responsible. I might, maybe, based on how far I get with my studies, I might stream tomorrow. I'll probably just do these quests tonight right before going to bed. But yeah, we still got a lot of stuff to do. We still got to do our Coliseum climb. We still got to do this gems mission, Keyblade challenge. We still got a lot of events to go through. So I might just have to do these on my own time, truthfully, or it'll have to wait until next Sunday. Especially this high score challenge will have to wait. And the core event, Keyblade challenge, all that can wait. All that can wait because I got that exam Saturday and I got to do well. Gotta do well. Alright, well, with that being said, that is the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry about that little hiccup in the middle where the computer shut down. I'll try and see what I can do to make sure that doesn't happen again. But that's going to take, again, some more time, and hopefully I can find time. But with that being said, that's the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord and kind of talk about Kingdom Hearts, or I also play Star Ocean Anamnesis, I'm watching Sword Art Online right now, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about. If you want to join that community and hang out when I'm not making videos or when I'm doing something else, definitely join. There's a lot of good company there, and I hope to see you all there. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.